All right. So Shane, before we start recording, don't make mention that we're actually gay, because it kills the whole ironic homophobia vibe.
Gotcha.
Okay? And we're off. Hey, it's the show!
Hey.
So, here's what happened. We got Shane in his classic once every year and a half episode.
I don't think anyone knows who I am. I don't have an online presence.
If they listen to the June something 2008 episode, they do.
2008?
Yeah, 2008. Oh boy.
We're really going back.
Strong start. Yeah, 2018. But the thing we didn't think would ever happen did happen, in that Brian
Nitro?
No, good seems strong. It was watchable though.
Yeah,
it was digestible. But Brian and Vinny of the Wrestling Observer / Figure 4 Online, who have been doing retro Raw Nitros from 19 years ago, since the beginning of Nitro, who we were head and shoulders past for a very long time. And we should have finished a year before them, as of this episode, have passed us.
Well, you know.
This was the one. We figured last one would be the last one, and we were right.
Remember when we were ahead
of
ourselves?
Well, because we were going to do it the year of 2018.
So that it could be released
weekly,
the year of 2019.
Matching up with Nitros for all of 2018. So, and we started in May of 2017, because we knew we wouldn't be able to do it every single week. So we gave ourselves a 7-month head start, and here we are, a year later than we should have finished.
Yeah, and we're
not
left.
finished.
We have this one and 2 more left.
So I'm feeling good.
Yeah, and you're bringing in outsiders to spice up the fucking life in the bedroom.
Exactly. You're the Oliver on our Brady Bunch. You're the Raven Simone on our Cosby Show.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad you questioned me on it, because I questioned myself on it. Because I hear Raven Simone. That's what people say. But I swear to God, there's an accent aigu on the E on the end.
There is.
So that's Simone.
This is a real Wilkes-Barre
situation.
Wilkes-Barre,
Pennsylvania. Fuck you. If you're listening from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania right now, turn it off, unsubscribe.
Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, there is absolutely Raven Simone.
Yeah.
But
anyway, you're her.
I've always wanted to have braids, so...
He's a real poochie.
and when Shane's not on the podcast, everyone should be saying, "Where's Shane?" And this is actually not unlike our last guest episode, which was Chris Goodwin, right? We haven't had a guest since then.
No.
Or do we have...
No, we were supposed to have Greg, but he
that.
didn't. Yeah. He didn't end up coming up.
Who, by chance, because we did a non-Nitro podcast in between, ended up doing the London Nitro. Because our last podcast was a non-Nitro.
Yeah.
And we can only ever do one in between, because I titled them not December 4th, 2000 Nitro. Right. So I couldn't do that twice. I couldn't do not because a double negative makes a positive.
Makes positive.
2 wrongs make a white.
So you should call this one not.
I guess I should call this one not. But because we did this one today, as soon as we turn it on, we see the first sign in the audience. Hi, Shane.
Yeah. That's fucking...
So that's pretty sweet.
They knew.
But I don't think we need to talk about Nitro.
The ghost of Nitro's past.
What? How's everyone's Christmas? Drew's family loves Christmas.
Yeah.
They do?
They don't.
They don't.
We don't even do presents. Literally, we got up in the morning.
They're Jehovah's Witnesses.
We got up in the morning and had breakfast, and then just took naps. That was it.
I fucking love a nap.
Everyone's present to themselves was a nap.
Was breakfast and a nap.
That's pretty sweet.
Vince McMahon style power nap. God damn it, pal.
I only sleep for 38 seconds at a time.
Yeah, my Christmas was good. It's pretty standard issue. Family, mom, dad, girlfriend, cats. Bring the cats. They didn't shit or piss in the car on the way there, so that's a victory.
Call it a win.
Call it
their present to you.
My brother-in-law sent me those 2 LOD figurines.
I was gonna say, I haven't noticed those guys before.
1997 Bendhams or some shit like that.
Solid. I like it.
Yeah. Thanks, brother-in-law.
Thanks, brother-in-law. Let's dox him on the podcast.
Oh, fuck, I want to dox that guy, man. He's got a good job, man. He works in, like, the forestry industry.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say works in the forest.
Well, technically he does.
I guess he does.
In the forest, but,
yeah. Is he, what is he, a
but
ranger type?
He's stuck living in fucking Alberta, so, like...
Yikes.
Yeah. It's okay, well, which is going to be its own country soon.
Yikes, yeah.
Right?
He lives in the only place that voted in a non-conservative, literally. I think it's like...
Oh, he's in the, like...
Spruce Grove?
That sounds right.
I don't know. It's the only city that's not like a major city I can think of.
That's
like
the
downtown, like Edmonton.
It's like the Austin, Texas of Alberta, like the weird little liberal oasis.
Can we talk about like Austin and how fucking overrated as a city it is?
Yes, go on.
It's a person's idea of cool from like the year 2000.
Like goatees.
Yeah, it's just like college, like lame Texas college kids walking around in like.
It seems collegey
in like bootcut jeans and shit. That's fucked up.
Sublime hoodies.
Sublime hoodies.
Yes.
Probably actually.
There's a lot of like metal works, you know, like
oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's very Granville Island. There's like glass blowing,
farmers market.
Yeah, man.
Recycled jewelry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reclaimed.
It's
reclaimed. It's a reclamation project. It's like this fucking Nitro podcast. It's a reclamation project.
We're reclaiming Nitro. We're also reclaiming Porch Monkey.
Oh.
Bringing it back for the white man.
We're bringing it back.
This is how a white man plays guitar.
As we're doing this podcast right now, the number one trend on Twitter is hashtag it's okay to be white. This is where it started by BTS, which I think every trending topic on Twitter now is BTS related.
There's a lot.
They are
very popular.
Rabid
amongst
those fans.
The tweens.
Yeah.
They playing here? Or have they played here?
They probably
They've played here, but yeah.
It's one of those acts where like they play like the fucking I almost said GM plays Rogers Arena,
Georgia
and, like
Dome.
No one knows who the fuck. Like no one that's like
no one besides the fans.
Yeah. No,
like they sell it out.
It's like all those weird like Indo-Canadian acts that'll play like the Pacific Coliseum and like sell it out and like
and sell out 12,000 seats.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like, what
the fuck
is this?
What's happening? Anyway.
Yeah, it's very strange. You got a kitty up on
does
the.
Not look amused.
That's
a stare of death.
Those are eyes of judgment.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of shit to say.
So to quote Art Donovan, how much does that guy weigh?
Oh fucking!
What's he tipping the scales at?
I think he's like 17 pounds.
Pretty good. So we're talking about one of Shane's two cats, Samson. He's a big who is now just known as the Gray, apparently.
Or Sam, you know.
Or Sam. But he's a big, fluffy gray motherfucker.
Who bullies the shit out of
the other one and just has hate in his eyes.
Yeah. The hate flows through my veins.
What are we doing for New Year's?
I'm going to that restaurant we walked by, the Italian place, and then we're going to go to like a really bad punk show at the Astoria.
Ooh.
It's going to be good.
Cool.
It's a band called Chain Whip. Well, okay, like I'm okay. I'm into Chain Whip. It's like the opening bands are like just shitty Vancouver punk bands. I think I haven't even listened, so I could just be talking out of school. But I'm pretty sure it's an Astoria punk show. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
we know what it is.
Is your SO into Chain Whip? Or
yeah. That's why we're going. We're
okay.
going to see Chain Whip. There's nothing else. There's not a lot going on there. Like honestly, what is there to do in Vancouver outside of like go climb a mountain?
Drew and I will be watching
what are you doing?
2019 matches of the year and then kissing at midnight.
Oh, that sounds nice. I might just ditch my girlfriend
for the like fourth year in a row.
Anytime.
Kissing at midnight.
Yep,
right on.
2 days.
At first it was for
moving.
lulz. Now it's just like it's a real thing, and I'm glad to see you guys accepting it.
I was gonna say the irony has dripped away over the years.
You've been completely poisoned, and here we are in my living room.
Yep, feels good, man. The 2019 end of decade. How's your decade?
Are you one of those people that's like they're like, oh, 2010 is not the part of
the
yeah. That's another one of those things.
Do you know how annoying it is for the decade to be 2009
for
2011 to 2020? That's stupid. I hate it.
Dumb. It's like a Wrestling Observer year-end awards thing where
they start in December.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I have no time for that arbitrary bullshit.
Now, what do you think about the 5-star rating scale?
Oh. This is a topic that certainly hasn't been done to death on the internet.
Absolutely not.
The last year and
I think this is probably the first take on it.
Is Shane aware of what our understanding of
theory.
The 5-star system is?
You might have explained it to me at
the
some point.
theory is that from day one...
Oh, it's always
been 10 stars. And he's just a stickler.
Yeah.
So they've only recently been getting okay.
Before that, wrestling was just
sucked.
Universally awful.
90s All Japan?
Garbage.
Mediocre at best.
4 pillars? Whatever. Yeah. I hear you.
Aki M's not the Hall of Fame. Well, I guess he's not a pillar either.
That's a joke.
He's got to be it.
Look at all these bums that are getting in now. All these fucking... I don't even know who got in this year. I think I had a bunch of lucha guys.
He didn't get in, but he got significant votes. Ted Turner.
Uncle Ted?
Uncle Ted. Like just for
fucking Jane Fonda?
I think for fucking Jane Fonda. Actually, now that you mention it, that's some Hall of Fame shit right there. So, you know what? I take it back. Ted, put him in. He's alive but has a bad brain, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think so.
He's not been in the public sphere for a long time now, right? He's been sort of away from
Yeah, he's been out since the early aughts.
Yeah, and a year or two ago it came out he was diagnosed with it's not brain cancer, but it's a brain condition.
Well, he's got dementia, I think.
As a result of
whatever
syndrome.
Oh, it's like a
toxic shock?
Toxic shock.
He got fucking Von Erich.
He might have got Von Erich.
He got Von Erich.
Might be Klinefelter syndrome.
What's that?
It's basically...
This is now a medical podcast.
This is now a medical... Yeah, we drifted in that.
This is where we diagnose celebrities.
It's it's not really XXY, but it's there's an androgynous angle to it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know I heard about it one day, I looked it up, and then I wrote a joke about it, which was Doctor keeps assuring me that I don't have Klinefelter syndrome, and that I'm just a fat guy with a small dick.
Fucking A. I love a micro penis. Micro-peen. Sam, you got one of those.
Hey, don't dong shame your cats.
Hey, he's into SPH. It's okay. He's a pay pig.
I love that. I love fin doms.
Fin dom, yeah, that's what a great subgenre. What a great grift.
Should that be our move for 2020? Fin doms? Male fin doms.
I don't know if that's a thing, man.
That means the market's wide open.
Yeah.
Boy, so furry fin doms, that's gotta be a thing.
Probably.
We probably should talk about this off the podcast.
Most things furry related exist.
Here's the thing. You haven't done the podcast in a while. The podcast is this for 45 minutes.
And then blowing through
we
Nitro.
blaze through Nitro. Okay. So
the podcast it's a safe space where you can say literally anything you want. I have said the N-word 3 times over the course of
in a row!
Not in a row.
You had...
It was 2 in a row.
It was, sorry.
One, several months away.
It was two on, 1 off, 1 on. It was 3 out of 4.
And there was no hard R's.
The history may judge that differently.
History can judge me all they want.
Actually, no. I guess they were soft.
It was a soft A.
I guess they were soft, but I was hard when you were saying it. I think that's what confused me.
Well, we were also talking about hard R, so
yes,
yeah.
That's our word. You are word. What else is going on? What's in the news?
I don't know. People be dying. I don't know.
Mr. Niebla.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him.
I know he was really good, but I don't really remember anything he did outside of being drunk and wrestling Shocker. Being his partner and then taking his... Did he take his mask? He took his mask, right?
He might have, yeah.
I think he did. I remember that being really good.
Niebla and
Shocker.
the
last 15 years has just been... different people reporting about how he was obviously
drunk. Showed up and was sent
and
home,
no condition to perform,
but never fired.
No.
I was saying how awesome is it to show up to work drunk and pilled up every day, either perform badly or be sent home with pay, and then your heart explodes at 46. Does it get better?
No,
I don't think so. I put it to you that it does not.
Never didn't indulge. in his like vices, like must have
A
every
real
day of his life.
a real YOLO type.
Yes,
Kids
yes.
still say that?
A Renaissance man.
A Renaissance man.
Great movie. Great.
A Bicentennial man.
Bicentennial.
Also great movie.
What was the one? Wasn't that Richard Pryor record? Bicentennial.
Bicentennial.
N-word?
Drew,
I'm
would
not
you care to
saying
say what the name of the
I'm
album?
not doing it.
I don't even know what
If
it
Nick
is.
Mullen
Richard
won't-
Pryor, Bicentennial, word you like.
If Nick Mullen won't say it, I ain't saying it.
That's true. It is best to judge yourself on the Nick Mullen scale.
Yes.
You never go full Mullen.
Never go full Mullen.
Unless you have a $50,000 a month Patreon. then
Yeah. That's right.
You
Then
probably
in which case,
can't.
please
Then
just
go nuts.
harass whoever you want.
Begin a harassment campaign on whoever you would like on Twitter.
I like that they closed down the like they sicked everyone on that weird coffee shop in Brooklyn.
Yes.
And then they literally they closed the Reddit so no one would trace
Yes.
it or whatever. That was so great.
Yeah, because I would sporadically go to the Cumtown Reddit, once a month or something. And then last month when I went to it, it was private.
Yeah,
I was
private. They made it private.
what is this now? So I never actually signed up for Reddit.
No, why would you?
Yeah, I'm not a Redditor.
No, fuck that shit.
You're
So,
a predator.
I am a predator.
You're a predator of a sexual nature.
Oh, I just meant because he's a cat, but
Yeah.
he's a big cat.
Oh, okay.
He's a big fat cat
Also, I stalk
with
girls.
with a floppy dick. Can't even get hard.
Whatever.
That's how you kill.
Just jam it in soft.
Yeah.
It's about the same.
We've all been there, brother. We've all been there.
It'll work itself out halfway through.
If you don't come, just start pissing.
They can't tell the difference.
She don't know no difference.
It's warm and liquidy. They won't be able
They
to
don't
tell.
care.
Do you really have to pee in a girl's mouth to make babies?
Yes.
Is that a Yahoo Answers thing?
It was a Tim and Eric thing.
Oh, Tim and Eric, sorry. That's
But also probably a Yahoo Answers. Because there's the classic, the 1,000 misspellings of "Am I pregnant? Am I pregante? Am I pigrant? Am I pregnanto?" Nitro.
Do you want to wade into this, or do you want to?
We can dip our toes, and if it's
I don't know. Drew's big conversation topic doesn't occur until we start doing nitros.
yeah, Drew does have something he wants to talk about, but it is actually a segue from the wrestling, so we'll get to that when we
Okay.
get to that. You remember your one point that you wrote down.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta bring that
Because
up
if
on
you
the-
miss it, you will feel
Get it up.
so stupid.
Get out the
You'll have
blow.
to go into the woods,
I gotta get out
dig
the-
a hole,
and sit in it.
sit in it.
Fragile Frankie.
Fragile
I gotta
Frankie.
get out the blower here, and
Fragile Frankie was Dana Gould?
that sounds right. Yeah, I think
believe.
it was.
Yeah.
Dana Gould. He's a Twitter guy, isn't he?
He is a Twitter guy. He is a...
One of those lefty LA comedians, huh?
He is a lefty LA comedian. He's pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with Planet of the Apes.
That's a very specific.
I think he bought Roddy McDowell's house.
I don't. Is
He's
that one of the OG?
one of the Planet of the Apes guys, yeah.
Okay. Who
Yeah.
did he play?
The
Was he
ape.
ape?
He
Was
was
he the main ape?
he might have I don't
Was he Dr. Zayas?
No, he was the
he
other
wasn't Dr. Zayas, he was the other one.
The other one.
Caesar. No, that's the newer ones.
No, that's the new one. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. I was saying, yeah, I'm very due for a Simpsons season 2 to 10 rewatch.
Yeah, they play them on Much Music all the time, and I'll flip through sometimes because I'm one.
Much
of the only
Music is
people-
our MTV.
I'm
heads
one
up,
of the
guys.
only people in the world that still has cable television.
I do. Drew does.
I do.
3 for
You got-
3.
okay,
3
that's
for
good.
3 in this
Well,
apartment.
we're all into our 30s.
We
so
ain't wire cutters.
No. Wait, wire cutter? I think you mean cord cutter?
I feel like there's
Wire
some
cutter.
sort of zine called Wire Cutter or something. Drew, look it up.
There must be.
Look. Don't
leaving you
don't just
hanging.
throw your hands up. Just I don't know. No more phones today.
Don't tell me what to do. Where's your burner phone?
It's at home.
Because it doesn't work.
Well, I'll try it again, but it was very sporadic last time. I had brought my old iPhone, I think 4 or 4S,
Holy shit.
to look up stuff while we were recording with mine. But it worked for a minute and then straight up stopped.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it hold a charge?
It does not hold a charge, so I kept it plugged in the whole time. But it 10 minutes in stopped acknowledging Drew's Wi-Fi. It did work, and then actively decided to stop. Drew Wirecutter. Is it
What about it?
Is it a thing?
I mean, there's lots of things called Wirecutter. What am I looking for?
Oh, is it a website?
It's a website.
Okay.
I'll take it. Guys, we're going to call it a win.
And they also have their own Twitter.
Okay.
Wirecutter is a New York Times company.
Yeah, that makes sense.
New York Times.
I probably heard about it from some uppity New York.
What do you think it is?
Just like a technology.
Yeah, it also seems to be
thing.
like a Bed Bath and Beyond blog because it
Oh.
has the best bath towel,
I fucking hate
the
lifestyle.
best
blogs.
pressure washer.
You know, for someone who hates lifestyle blogs, you sure run a lot of them. You've got your interior decorating one. You've got your white power one.
I have my tiny homes one.
You are big into tiny
I'm really
homes.
tiny home, big living. Is that the fucking show on TLC or something?
Is it?
I don't know. There's like one of those fucking
This
shows.
this thing.
Which is different than Little People, Big World? Because
You know,
that's the
I feel
midget
like,
one.
I feel like that should be the crossover, but I don't know what that guy's up to these days.
Little people, tiny homes. Everything looks proportional.
Yes.
Now that's a show.
I think
That's a show.
that's a show. I think we should pitch this idea to like Crave TV or something.
Crave
we
is
can go on right after Letterkenny. Letterkenny.
Letterkenny.
Do people like that?
Some people
White trash like it.
love that show.
Is it not good?
It's
I
made
don't
for the
think
prairies.
it's good.
It's made for people who live in
I feel
Alberta.
like it's something that would be on CBC.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would be on Canadian network TV if Canadian streaming TV didn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah. I know the main girl on it.
Oh.
Yeah. She cute. Shout out Michelle Milet.
Cool. This Wirecutter 2019 year in review thing
Good stuff.
is making me furious. It's got like the top 5 guides of the year, and it's like the best robot vacuum, the best air purifier,
Perfect.
the best noise canceling headphones,
Best humidifier.
The best humidifier.
Best dehumidifier.
No, and it just says a Peloton review, what to know before you buy. But then there's literally just our top 5 picks, and it's like things to purchase. Like the best bath towel, the best lightning cable, the best non-stick pan.
The best way to fucking kill yourself after reading one of your fucking lists.
That's
you
the
cunt.
that's at the end.
There's also comment highlights. They literally made part of their year in review people's comments on
The best
products.
comments on products.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh God, let's
All right,
just
let's
end it.
This is an anti-consumer
Turn it off.
podcast now.
Turn it off.
Turn it off.
It's
Turn it
done.
off.
No more show.
Turn it off.
20 minutes of banter, no nitro. Sorry, everyone.
We tried, and we will not try again. Are we going to talk about what we're considering for season 2, or are we not?
It's not even a consideration. If you're not in, I'm doing it.
Jesus Christ.
I will do it myself. I will bring my friends in, who I hate, and sit through them list talking about things. Tristan,
You would.
Kelly,
I'll show up once a year.
Dan.
Shane show up.
I'll show up once a year, man.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Right on
Let's
time.
Let's get Chewy out of retirement.
Let's get Chewy out of retirement.
Good luck.
You know he's back in Vancouver? This is really...
No, we're not.
That's
doing
an
this.
off-air conversation.
No, we're not doing
That's
this.
absolutely an off-air conversation.
Well, yeah. I mean, also, I'm sure the conversation has come up about the severing ties message.
I don't know if it has, but we'll get to
Okay,
it.
that's another off-air conversation.
No, with any of us, but it's...
No, not with any of us.
It's something.
It was, yeah, that was this year.
Was that this year or last year?
Oh, was that with...
I guess last, because he came last year, right? He didn't
Yeah.
come this year?
It was like...
Because his brains were scrambled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was maybe like a year and a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
That is another off-air conversation.
sorry, listeners.
So season 1, which was the year 2000 of Nitro,
Which
that took us
2 years and 7 months to date.
with 2 left.
Not done.
with 2 left.
Sometimes we'll go 6-8 weeks, so
Yep.
we'll be well.
But we had 50? 49.
There are 50 episodes of Nitro,
50.
and we've done 2 non-Nitros,
Yeah,
I think.
maybe.
Maybe
Maybe.
tacos.
We didn't actually watch
Burritos?
Nitro podcasts.
Yeah.
So, what I proposed we did... Well, I think the original conversation had been, let's start Raws from the beginning. Because they're less than an hour, there's a ton of squash matches.
They're like all squash
That
matches.
would be really easy to do. But then, because Brian and Vinny have already done those at some point in their life,
Yeah.
I suggested that we start from the first episodes of Impact from 2004.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going back to the original
Well,
WATNA.
we had said about the original
pay-per-views,
pay-per-views, but the
Those are too long.
pay-per-views are like
Yeah.
3 hours, and
yeah.
you know,
Fuck
like
that.
the
Ain't nobody got time.
the impacts are less than an hour, and there's
Fucking-
only 31 in the first year.
Is that from like Fox Sportsnet or what is that?
I think so.
Yeah, it was,
I
it
think
was
it's Fox Sports.
Fox and something else.
Sunshine
Fox or
Network?
ESPN. I feel like it was on ESPN
Could
for
be
a
an
while.
ESPN affiliate.
Yeah.
And then there was like, it was like a Florida network. Like, I want to say
Sunshine Network.
Yeah.
WCW used to be on
Suncoast Video.
Suncoast.
Sunkissed.
Sun-kissed oranges.
So season 2 is more than likely going to be I had two ideas that were going to be awful for all involved. One was that we do the first year of Impacts. The other one was that we watch all of the pay-per-views for WWE for 2003 or 4, whatever one's the worst year.
Those are both pretty dark years. I saw a decent number of them at the time. I was watching pretty regularly.
It's only because we get to relive the greatest tag team match of all time.
Shane, let me tell you about a little pay-per-view called WWE Armageddon 2004, and a little match that took place on it between the new Axis of Kenzo Suzuki and Rene Dupree against... Oh, Shane's eyes went wide at that team.
Emperor Hirohito.
Am I in a fever dream?
Where am I? Against Team 420 of Rob Van Dam and Rey Mysterio Jr., named as such because they have 4 feet and they add up to shoe size 20. Shane, you heard me right. It's the longest match.
The match officially went 17 minutes.
No way.
The actual watching time
17?
is like 35.
There's no way it's under 20.
It says 17:12.
That's unbelievable. It's the longest match I've ever seen.
It's the longest match I've ever seen.
It is.
There's 2 hot tags.
Yeah.
Like, both guys take the beat down. There is so much Rene Dupree prancing and dancing.
Is it like an AWA, a double heat?
It's double heat for sure.
Oh, that's AWA style right there.
No, absolutely. It's incredible.
The only thing I don't need is 2 heat segments.
Yeah,
but
by Kenzo Suzuki and Rene Dupree.
Well, you know, they're very well known for their offense.
Both still working today.
But Scott, this show, we could be reliving this entire fucking show.
Could we?
Daniel Puder, Mike Mizanin, Dixie dogfight.
Dixie.
What even?
The Bashams versus Charlie Haas and Hardcore Holly.
Okay.
John Cena versus Jesus in a street fight.
Who's Jesus?
Aaron Aguilera.
Oh,
California
Hardcore
guy.
Kid.
Hardcore Kid.
Yeah.
Dawn Marie versus Miss Jackie. You
Okay.
like Dawn Marie?
I do like Don Marie.
A
As does my email address that I registered in 1998.
Is it?
DonMarie469 at hotmail.com. Still have it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still my primary email address that I send to potential employers.
It's not above 420.
It is now.
I vividly remember Marty the Party Goldstein saying he really enjoyed my email. Oh, I really like the Bubba 420.
Bubba 420.
Real
Shane,
funny.
Shane, big weed guy, of course.
Yeah, no, huge into the weeds.
Definitely not straight edge. Oh, speaking of not straight edge. No, I can't use it as the thumbnail. It's too mean.
you could.
Davey Vega. Cleveland guy. He's like an old friend of
Danger
ours, but
Dave.
He does stuff for real now.
Okay,
like,
yeah, I know the name.
He's the besties in the world. Him and Matt Fitchett. Like they've done like England and stuff.
Okay, cool.
He was straight edge.
Uh-huh.
Is not anymore.
Uh-huh.
Has a straight edge tattoo on his bicep.
Yeah.
The 3 X's.
Yeah.
Which has now been modified to where under the 3 X's it says starring Vin Diesel.
What the fuck? I mean, Shout out to you for making
Making lemonade.
making lemonade out of lemons that you gave yourself. Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Just a big old booze hound.
Yeah.
Big old boozer.
But good for him.
You should make that. No, you can't.
I really can't, but I would like to.
Oh,
You're gonna post that in the backyard link.
tattoo or
Making it the thumbnail for this episode.
his
Yeah.
modified tattoo?
Yeah.
The fucking backyard wrestling.
AYWL.
Yeah, because people would see that and tell them.
Whatever happened
Yeah.
to that? Remember that little fat kid from Washington State? What was his name, like Stevie or something? He'd always post like swastikas and shit. He was one of those kids. One of those like
Ooh.
early internet kids. Big fat fuck from like Washington.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of a different guy. I was thinking of Kelsey Coe.
No.
No.
That's the guy with the. Oh, Kelsey Coe.
Yeah, Weskel.
Oh, Wesco. He's the one that bought the board, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then like
he hacked the board
I'm sorry.
at some point.
Bought the board.
He hacked the board and
Tried himself admin privileges.
Yeah, for a second, but it didn't work, and then
Is there any sadder person than like bored money Mark? Like that's got to be like the
It's-
lowest rung of society.
it is the seventh layer of hell.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm trying to remember fat kid from Washington.
His name was like Stevie. Whatever.
Stevie.
I don't know what the fuck I'm going into this for. He was the guy, he had like the classic internet thing that people still do to this day. Like it would be like, he'd have like a swastika in his profile. I'd be like, yo bro, why do you have a swastika? He's like, oh, don't you know?
It's a symbol for peace.
It's a Hindu symbol for peace. Like,
Yeah.
clever internet guy.
That
Like,
very
yeah.
much does ring a bell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, whatever.
good times.
He was like an original internet edgelord.
Yeah, he was like an early.
This was like pre 4chan.
I was gonna say, but he was definitely he definitely
would've
ended
been
up
on that
being
one.
a
Yeah, he
4chan
would've been
guy
a 4chan
for
guy.
sure.
For sure.
Yeah, he was the
Confirmed.
classic 4chan archetype.
Yeah.
Anywho, Nitro,
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
So I thought this was at the Dome where they play the college football,
I wish.
which seats 85,000. And for that, it looked pretty full. We're like, whoa, guys, Nitro's back.
How did they go out of business?
No, it was at the something auditorium that seats 4,500 and was 2/3 full, and half of that was papered.
This sounds like a current day Ring of Honor show.
This would be great for a current
That would
Ring
be
of Honor
great,
show.
okay.
Going into
Like a hot house.
that would be a very hot house. They ended up, I don't know how many tickets they gave away, but they ended up doing an okay house.
Uh-huh.
But the day before, Final Battle 2019,
Tell me this.
they were at roughly 3-1 battle numbers.
That's
They
great.
were at a few hundred,
That's grim, man.
which is a great. And, that's one of the ones they sell out every year, and they absolutely didn't sell
Yeah.
out.
And just a terrible card.
Yeah. I mean, Roosh PCO has its merits, I guess.
But it's like if a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, did it happen? No one's watching this.
No
shit,
one's
are they?
watching. No. It's turning into last year's TNA
Yeah.
when they were on a television station that had 0.001% coverage.
Was that when they were on the network that shows hunting shows or something? Or?
Yeah, because they're back on Access now, right? Because Anthem bought Access, right? Yeah. It helps when your parent company buys a television channel. But whatever they were on before that, I can't remember the order of ridiculous channels they were on, because they were on Destination
Pop.
America, Pop, the Paramount. I think the Paramount Network was the most recent.
No, because Paramount is what Spike became.
Oh, then it's not that.
Yeah.
And Pop TV is what the TV Guide channel became,
Yeah.
because they were on that. Maybe it was just Pop. I don't know
Might
if there
just
was
been
another
Pop.
one. Yeah, but
I mean, they're literally just a middle of the pack, Ontario indie,
yeah,
who just
It's
happens
like
to get
Border
names.
City Wrestling.
It's Border City
with
Wrestling.
American television.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, who just happen to get some named people.
Yeah.
And
You know,
now that's Ring of Honor too.
Yeah. But also, Ring of Honor just uses big fat guys, and who cares?
You love the bouncers.
No, I do not love the bouncers.
Shout out to the Beer City Bruiser and Brian Malonis.
Brian Malonis.
He's huge. He's a thick boy.
But he's maybe he's less in shape as a wrestler than like King Kong Bundy was.
I fucking love King.
Bundy rules, but he
Yeah.
was just like an egg.
He was an egg. Malonis is way less in shape than Bundy.
Way less in shape.
Yeah.
Like a big dude, like he's a big dude,
Yeah.
but he's just like his pants and like singlet undershirt definitely barely keep his fat inside of his gear.
It's in constant danger of...
Yeah, like you gotta layer up so
Reaching
you don't
critical
look
mass.
as fat.
Kelly should be here for this. He's like a big fan of big
Oh,
wrestling.
we've already introduced him to them, and he's on board.
What's the match you tried to book for Kelly? Ace Romero,
Hama,
Falaba, and the guy in
Barrington Hughes.
I fucking love that.
And
guy.
Kelly in a 5-way.
And Kelly.
Yeah, one little twink and
He'd
4
probably
big
cum
fat
his
guys.
pants and go to
No, he'd be too nervous and neurotic about the whole match, and he would think he'd suck. But really, he's the best worker of the group.
Of the bunch.
Yeah.
For sure. That's how it usually goes.
Are you still taping MLW?
It gets recorded, but I don't fucking watch any of this shit. It's like 18-year-old me would have loved all this fucking wrestling. No, I don't.
Right?
Care about any of it.
Isn't that
I have it in the palm of my hand. I don't give a fuck.
the
about
great
any of it.
irony of it all?
Yes.
Before you had to
like-
struggle to find things, and now you literally
And now
have
you
more
have
at your
the
hand.
network, all the other
don't
streaming
care about any
things,
of it.
MLW on TV, ROH on TV,
Stupid Impact.
New Japan sometimes, Stupid Impact,
AEW.
AEW, like everything. Imagine how
I don't watch
fucking...
any of it. It all gets recorded on my DVR, and then I
And
record
just-
over with fucking Raptor games.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. I've never changed my DVR to stop recording NXT, so every week it records NXT, and I just delete it.
I record Ring of Honor every week.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've ever watched
Bouncers?
it.
You're not interested in watching the Bouncers?
If the description of it had bouncers in the description, I would watch it.
You know what's really
But I'm not sorting through Ring of Honors to find it.
You know what's really funny is that on the listing on TELUS for Impact Wrestling, it says watch like today's best independent wrestling stars, like Bobby Lashley, Drew Galloway.
Oh,
Like,
every single person listed works in WWE.
works in WWE now. Yeah, like they've never changed the description so that
Yeah.
people will still tune in.
Yeah, it's like a
Pretty
2014 description.
Yeah.
That's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, you know,
Oh, Crocus.
Chris Candy.
Monty Brown.
Mike Awesome. He just thought he must have done something in TNA.
He had some
once.
TNA
Yeah.
early on. Kike Awesome before he died.
Kike Awesome.
R.I.P. Kike.
Jesus.
You didn't know that was his legal government name?
Yeah.
No, I did not. And I will not. Be.
And I will not.
I don't have the same freewheeling.
Like I said,
You're
it's a safe space.
You're laissez-faire casual racism.
Your laissez-faire capitalism. I had just about enough of it. I'm an ANCAP man myself.
I'm a salary cap man.
Nah, self-imposed, of course.
Of course.
Shall we?
I guess.
Are we
Fine.
gonna get to Nitro?
Well,
Yeah.
luckily for us, this broadcast gave us the amazing return of Oklahoma.
That's what opened the show, right?
Yep.
Oklahoma opened the show because
For the
show's
first
in
time
Nebraska,
since- yeah.
and he's Oklahoma.
And he needs to get some of that college football.
He had
heat.
some of the big NCAA heat.
Yeah.
He came out and talked about how great Oklahoma was and how bad
Oklahoma-
Nebraska was.
I think Oklahoma was number one.
I
there.
couldn't tell you. I don't give a fuck about college sports.
Let's say they were.
Sure.
Unless he's a liar. He wouldn't
he
lie.
might have been a liar.
No.
He definitely
Not to me.
He came out with a giant plastic serving bowl.
Which actually, I honestly did not notice until you pointed it out.
Oh yeah, I saw him come out with it and was like, huh?
And then-
in hopes that he would make a like, this is the only bowl you're ever going to see joke,
And then
which he then
3 seconds
did.
after Drew said that, we're like, oh, it's happening.
he held
was
up the bowl.
so excited.
He told everybody to look at the bowl and said, "This is the only bowl Nebraska's ever going to see."
And we stood up and applauded.
and they exploded.
Shane, I have actually seen you genuinely stand up during wrestling before.
I thought you were going to say you've seen me ejaculate.
I have seen you ejaculate before.
Shane, I've seen you ejaculate.
I have seen you stand
And it's
up.
a sight to behold.
I've seen you earnestly and genuinely stand up during a wrestling moment before.
Really?
Yes. Taker's streak ending at Kevin's house.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That
that
was-
was a fucking weird...
It was a
very
fucking
strange.
weird thing. Yeah, but I remember that distinctly.
A real pop. They
A real pop.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that was
just like when the 3 happened, like it's not like he stood up and cheered. He just stood up and was like, "What?"
Did they blow the finish?
He counted 3. Also, that match was bad.
Remember?
The other genuine one was when the Seth Rollins cash in. I remember like legitimately freaking out.
Good one.
Even though
That
like,
was
I
a
don't
good
care about any of that shit.
It was cool though.
It was cool.
It was well done.
Cool.
Do you remember
Yes.
when Taker lost his streak and then the next year wrestled Bray Wyatt?
Oh, I
and
do.
won?
Fuck's sake.
I do remember.
Why
that.
are you doing
Why?
this? Why? No one asked for any of this.
No.
Yeah.
No one wants this. Just stop.
Next year Wyatt. Next year Shane
Shane McMahon.
Oh,
Then
Next
the next
year,
year
Roman.
And then John Cena.
Yeah. Then
the weird John
the
Cena.
Yeah.
weird John Cena that wasn't even really a match.
Not
And then
really.
like he's like hanging out at ringside.
He bought a
Yeah.
ticket to sit front row, and he just
It
kept
was
like
so weird.
And they kept cutting to him, and he was like applauding the matches and like acting like he was really into it.
Yeah,
and
we're like, what even is this?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
got to make it seem like someone in the crowd's not bored after the third hour.
I guess so. He was the most excited person in the crowd. So
No shit. By the pre-show, by the time the pre-show's over, everyone's fucking ready to go.
the
home.
pre-show is a whole show, and then it's a 6-hour WrestleMania.
It's like a Pride show in like the fucking 90s on like Sky Perfect Television.
Except
It's
they
like
were
a 5-hour
cool.
show. Yeah, exactly.
But there's
no
like
Takata in a loincloth. Hitting
Takata
the
in a
drum.
loincloth and $6 billion of Yakuza money.
Yes, and Inoki slapping people.
Yes!
Like, these were the days, kids.
Now that's a show.
That's a show.
90s
you
pride.
set your watch to.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oh,
So the only reason, I guess, to bring Oklahoma out was to have somebody shit talk Sid for being a big dummy.
yeah.
To which then Sid came out,
As some sort of Christ figure in all white.
head to toe white. While Oklahoma wouldn't shut up in the ring on the mic
Yeah.
during Sid's entire entrance, threatening to get police and security to stop
he was
him.
Very adamant. Security were coming.
Yes.
But Sid still managed to get in the ring. Still managed to get a hold of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Give him a real sick choke slam that Oklahoma took a real
Pretty
good
good.
bump
Which
off
Shane
of.
reminded me, and I totally forgot. Ed Ferrara is a trained wrestler.
Yeah. Because he got this is like a sidetrack for a minute. He told a story on some podcast before that he tried to in the writers' room. He tried to relate a story of his time in the wrestling business to other guys in there, and Steph pulled him aside after and was like, "Don't talk about your past as a fucking one of those weird McMahon things.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to do some unwritten fucking made up rule that no one knows about until you get pulled up for it.
Yeah.
Weirdest fucking company. Just a strange corporate atmosphere.
Yeah, half corporate, but like Howard Hughes corporate.
Yes.
Corporate run by one crazy person.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of, I forgot the weirdest, Vince, taboo thing you can't do on TV. Did you know that no one can be 6'7"?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he finds the term
He finds
6'7"
Weird.
sounds weird to him. It was brought up during the Roman Reigns
Baron Corbin
thing,
where Roman Reigns said, "You're 6'6".
Yeah, he said he's so big. He's 6'6". He might even almost be 6'8".
He's 6'6", almost 6'8".
Oh,
You can't say 6'7".
this fucking idiosyncratic retard.
How? That is fully bonkers.
How much brain damage? I want him to die so we can find out how corroded his brain was.
They're never going to donate his brain.
He'll also
though.
never die.
No, he'll never die.
He'll bury us all.
He's in his 70s and he sleeps less than an hour a day.
By all accounts, he should have died many years ago.
Yes!
His heart should have exploded.
Between the
Yeah.
steroids and the lack of sleep and just the pure...
And he obviously did coke with everyone else.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He's a party guy.
Yeah. He should have had the wrestler's death as much as a Davy Boy Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. But he'll never die.
Yeah.
He'll be 97 years old and still running this fucking company.
Yeah.
And it'll be... I feel like at a point it's going to, pass the tipping point into full-on, delightfully crazy. It's just bad right now. But if it keeps going, it can go, back around the spectrum.
Yeah, I believe that.
And as someone on the spectrum, I can appreciate
You are
this.
definitely on the spectrum. You're high on the
Confirmed.
spectrum. You're a high-functioning spectrum. How about the fact that Vince is getting sued by WWE stock members because they don't want to be involved in the XFL because they know it's going to fail?
They're like, give us all the information on the XFL.
How much of our money has been given to the XFL, please?
How much can we bank on losing for sure?
Well, considering the AF didn't even last a full year.
Yeah. It lasted 3 weeks before it needed bailing out.
And the only reason they got bailed out was because the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes gave them $250 million
$250 billion
to save the league, and it still failed.
Yeah.
So what does Vince think?
Also, how much of that money did that guy get back?
None. Absolutely not. It was he became the majority owner of the league by paying that money, and the league lasted another 6 weeks and then went out of business.
What is the point?
I don't know. I got too much money. I got to get rid of it somehow. Let's invest in something that shouldn't exist.
Got to nuke something.
You know? It's literally like, I get the idea of trying to capitalize on the more conservative football fans by making leagues that are more like, smash mouth football, no kneeling, everybody
Smash
loves
mouth,
America.
No kneeling, white only.
I don't know if it's going to be white only. You need the black ones to block, Scott.
But not the quarterback.
Or wide receiver.
Right.
Yeah. It'll be all the white players that can't get drafted in the NFL will then go play for the XFL.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the poster boy that they want. He's the quarterback.
Colin Kaepernick?
No, he's the quarterback at like...
I think I remember saying...
Like
the guy.
Like Cal or something, or...
Cal State Poly.
I don't know what he is, but he is like...
Is that your university and... sexual preference?
Yes.
Cal State,
Poly.
Poly.
He's like 6'4", the palest, like
nice,
whitest boy,
Keep talking.
long, flowing, golden blonde hair.
Beautiful.
And he's like his quarterback, and they don't think that he'll like. If he goes to the XFL, they will make an exception to pay him more than you're allowed to pay someone because
nice.
they want him to be the poster boy.
I like it.
But I get the idea of like. There is obviously a side of the fan base that like doesn't like the like players shouldn't be allowed to speak their minds and be colored and get paid money,
own property
or land. But like you're literally competing against one of the biggest things in America.
Yeah.
How do you expect to succeed?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like how many other football leagues have there been in the history of as long as the NFL has been around?
USFL, baby.
There's so many other leagues that people try to start
if
that last
Trump couldn't
a
do
season.
It, the best businessman, how could you expect to do it?
Yeah.
You can't.
That's
absolutely. It's the dumb. But I'll just love that they're like, hey, can we please see this? Like, give us the deets.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't believe
pages.
that my money isn't going to a failing venture.
Put a few pages in a duotang for me.
A duotang?
Oh, a duotang.
Right? A word I just remembered.
Oh, duotangs. Just that fucking...
The little foldy thing.
Oh, God. I got
really
PTSD.
inconvenient. Really. I'm sorry I triggered you.
PTSD that, yeah. I think I ate some of those.
That would also explain some things.
Anyways, back to Nitro.
So that was a dead end.
Nah, that's fine.
It's alright.
It happens all the time with
An
us.
emotional dead end.
So, after the great bump, Mike Sanders comes out.
That's funny, that's what Jen calls you to me.
Oh, brother. Stiff. That was
Stiff, brother.
Whoa, brother.
Go easy, brother.
Go easy. There's only 40 people here. Sorry, so Mike Sanders came out looking like a bouncer at a strip club.
Like a bouncer at a strip club.
Front of house man.
Not even a bouncer, just like the manager.
Like Disco Inferno's current job.
As Shane
like
said,
not tough enough to actually throw anyone out.
No.
But he is the one that's technically in charge.
Yeah, he will call the bouncer.
He will call the bouncers and then hide behind them as he yells at them.
Yes.
Strip club front of house.
Comes out, has Sid arrested, makes his dumb SOL joke.
God fucking damn it.
I hate this SOL joke.
It's not a joke, really.
No,
it's
to them
just
it's a joke.
Thing they
to
say.
them it's a joke.
Yeah.
They have a nice chuckle.
Like,
what's your problem?
It would be more of a thing if there was like a very strict no swearing policy and they thought they were being cute by getting away with saying SOL, but like Scott Steiner just like looks at the camera and says fuck. So it doesn't have the impact. SOL does not have the impact.
He's also said the N-word many times. He gets bleeped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes the dumb SOL joke. We cut to commercial. We come back. Steiner's Steiner arrives at the building and tells Sanders that he wants Sid now. And Sanders lies and says that Flair had Sid arrested. And Scott Steiner chucks the goddamn pipe so hard against the wall. Good. It flies out of there. And he tells Sanders that everyone's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
and also,
you're gonna die.
Also, I believed him.
I believed him, yeah. Like, he has a total freak out about he's gonna murder everyone.
Alright, that's it. Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
He's method for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's just so much fucking talking on this show. I mean, it's not like it's long, but there are so many backstage...
Especially the first half. The first half was very talk-heavy.
So we get a Pamela Poundtown interview with the Filthy Animals that was terrible. I believe there was a... Kidman, what are your thoughts on that? My thoughts are...
Yeah.
Because they're cool baby faces.
They're children. They're the worst faces.
We then get
except Conan. Conan's kind of cool. Because Conan just does nothing but call people gay.
I mean, true. He tells Lex to toss a salad peeled potato. On live television.
Yeah.
Then we get like a highlight package of MIA's breaking up, I guess.
But sort of.
But sort of, but not.
Like Rection, Wall, and Lash are all sort of still...
But Chavo's back to Chavo.
Chavo's Chavo. Chavo's not Lieutenant Loco.
So it was Chavo versus Kiwi. Yeah. Which was pretty good.
It was okay.
It had some silly spots in it.
So... Chavo gets Angry Alan, who they also call him that sometimes.
Yes.
Because that's him when he gets mad. Yeah. He has him just standing necked across the top rope. Chavo springs to the top corner and then daintily jumps down and just sort of bops his head a little more over the top rope.
Yeah.
It was
but
cute.
Kiwi also kept taking weird whips into the corner.
Yes.
Where he would put one arm over the buckle.
Oh, yeah.
And one arm straight down, so he was taking it in the throat.
Yeah.
And he did it 3 or 4 times.
That was odd.
But yeah, I mean, overall the match was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was fine.
Chavo wins with a brainbuster.
Yeah. Then just to continue the trend of backstage talking.
Yeah.
Now Flair confronts Sanders about why he had Sid arrested, and pretty much tells him that if he can't get Sid back here tonight, then Steiner's going to murder everyone. Yeah. So then Flair tells him to hit the bricks, and he's going to go get Sid back. Then there is a Chronic getting hired by somebody conversation in the back, but they don't tell us who it is.
They don't, but it was pretty cool that Chronic has A, their own locker room, and B, their own lighting in their locker room.
Yes.
It was very specific.
Yeah, dimly lit with green spotlights. It was pretty cool.
Then we
how did you refer to Bryan Adams?
Oh, New Japan Trueborn. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. The other thing was, they're on the phone, he's like, yo, we're very discreet.
He says on national television.
There's lighting on him. Yeah, whatever. I know it's wrestling. I understand. Yeah, I know it's wrestling. Yeah. Still, it's fucking stupid.
It is, in fact, fucking stupid.
Then there was a completely useless MIA promo.
Oh, God. With fucking the wall. And
oh, my God. I couldn't watch anything else.
And the framing of it was terrible because he is right next to Hugh Morris's face,
looking off,
and Hugh Morris is talking in his promo, and there's the wall standing behind him, just wringing his hands together,
like he's fucking Stu Hart about to stretch some young boy,
prepping his hands for the fight that he doesn't have because he's not on the rest of the show. Really.
He doesn't even accompany anyone.
No, he just has the other backstage promo, and that's it.
Yeah,
so he's getting his fists ready to not punch anyone.
Maybe he has really bad circulation and has to.
Or his arthritis, and he's trying to, rub it out. He's got some Bengay on his hands that we didn't see, Then we get Team Canada comes out.
I get some Bengay on my hands after I jerk off my friend Ben.
Lance cuts a promo.
Have we remarked that Lance is in good shape?
Yeah, Lance is always in good shape.
He's really young.
Huge straps, huge shoulders.
Yeah.
Because bad hair.
I commented the thinnest hair in the world.
Thinnest hair in the world.
Doll's hair.
Yeah. If you shave the doll after a girl has given it a haircut.
Exactly. But I was remarking on Lance's classic t-shirt tucked into jeans look, and I'm like, if I had that upper body, I'd tuck my t-shirt into jeans too. Yep. So more power to you.
100%.
You should just do it anyways.
I might just do it anyways.
You know what? That's your look now.
It's a great look. Great fat guy look.
Great fat guy
His t-shirt tucked into jeans.
Great lack of shoulder and arm definition look.
I mean, shoulder I'm fine, arm not much, and then I'm fat. So, how about t-shirt tucked into velour joggers? Because that's what I'm going for right now. Yeah, touch it. You like my material? Wanna touch it?
Feel.
That's enough. I like Conan.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Yeah.
Who had his working boots on tonight? We'll get to that.
He was like, it was a sprint.
Came to play.
So we got a Storm promo that set up that it was going to be Primetime versus the Hardcore Champion.
Who we were guessing who we were wrong.
Who we didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
Because does it matter?
We figured
that's like if I asked you right now, how many times has R-Truth had the 24/7 title? Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, the cat comes out, and, like, I don't even really get, like, I know he's feuding with Lance, but he, like, came out and got in Madden's face.
Yeah,
but,
he called
like,
him fat.
But, like, it doesn't, I don't know.
I
don't get it.
He had a cool suit.
Yeah, he
It
looked
looked
like
cool
Dennis
suit.
Rodman.
Yeah, he was very, because he had the dyed hair, the 4-button suit. Yeah, he was looking good.
Majorly oversized for him.
Yeah.
So, Primetime versus Crowbar, it was pretty much nothing.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
nothing happened.
It was just a bunch of...
Like, left to their own devices, they could have a lot better match than this.
There was a bunch of Storm and Cat stuff. The Cat tried to kill Madden, which then you proclaimed Lance Storm as the White Knight because he saved
Lance
Madden.
saved Mark Madden from the evil Ernest Miller.
Yeah. White's got to stick together.
Sure. Sisters doing it for themselves.
Then, just more talking in the back. Then we get a David Flair and Miss Hancock promo.
Chemistry.
Where they talk about
Could you feel it?
how she's back, but she doesn't want David to ask about who the father is.
She'll tell
him eventually.
But when she feels
But
like
don't
it.
ask. Spoiler alert, they don't.
They never do.
Oh, they never addressed that.
It was going to be Russo, and then it was going to be Ric Flair, and then it was no one.
And then it was no one. After they thought it was Buff for, 2 months. So then Rick comes and tells them Steiner's on a rampage, but I'm going to have you escorted from the building. Okay, cool.
And he did, and they were, and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. There was
Yeah.
So next,
Beginning, middle, end.
brings me to the most important part of the show.
Hit me.
That would be Reno talking to his
Oh.
Girlfriend.
Vito's
who is
sister.
Vito's sister.
Now, we on the Nitros haven't been informed of the formal relationship between Reno, Vito, and Vito's sister.
It's next week or the week after.
Yes, it is before the end of the year.
It is.
Now, we know the end of this,
The final
the
solution.
final solution of this. So, I don't think it's ever actually formally stated that Reno and Vito's sister are fucking.
No, because they forget about the sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the way that it is played out, it is absolutely that the two of them are banging, and she's torn between her brother and
And
lover.
her boyfriend, yes. However, turns out that her boyfriend is also her brother.
Also her brother and Vito's brother.
Yes. They're just one family, all fucking each other.
It's
I
just-
think Vito and Reno fuck at some point.
Fucking.
You know what?
Socking.
Fucking and socking.
So this
Which brings up
brought up an interesting conversation.
A Drew thought.
that Scott and I had on the car ride to or from
two.
to Seattle.
Yeah, in the 2.5 hours at the border on Friday.
Plus the hour and a bit
and then the
wait
hour
after
for
the
an accident after we got through the border. Yeah, Friday sucked.
We left my house in Coquitlam at 12:30.
Yeah.
And we got to the building in Seattle
Seven.
at 7.
Yeah. 6.5 hours.
And we only
Thank you.
stopped to get gas and to do a quick Walmart run because I needed props from a match.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all we stopped.
We didn't get to eat.
We literally drove for... We were in the cars sort of moving
6.5
for
hours.
6.5 hours.
Yeah.
It was the drizzling shits.
Yeah, it should be 2.5 to 3.
It fucking sucked.
Horrible.
Ruined all of our plans.
Yes. We had all these fun plans.
All these fun plans. All we could do was kiss.
Yeah.
No chocolate. No movies. No food.
No passenger side blowjob while you
We
steer.
probably still could have done.
I guess we could have done that.
Especially when we were in the lane.
Yeah, in the line.
For the
That's true.
the border.
Give the border guard something to
Missed
fucking-
opportunity.
Yeah. So I don't even know how the topic came up.
But you're real fired up about it.
I just thought it was really funny that the idea. So I I don't remember the context of why I was like, oh, I'm going to bring this up. So ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about incest.
Let's talk about incest.
Let's talk about the idea that sex is a very passionate thing.
Oh my god.
It is something that you do to show someone affection.
When a man and a woman love each other very much,
I am immediately regretting this.
you've started this. You are
I'm
already
down
in.
a slippery slope.
You are pot committed in this poker game. You
I
cannot
don't know what is so wrong with two consenting people
fool adults.
having sex with each other.
Yeah, like
If you love someone, that's how you love them.
you love someone, set them free, and if they come back, fuck them, even if they're your daughter.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real. Which one is it? Wilson or Phillips?
Wilson. Yeah.
It's a real.
Actually, and Phillips? No,
I don't think it was.
Those are both interesting families. Yeah. Anyway.
That's what brought it up. Was we listened to Wilson.
Yeah,
Phillips.
that's right. We're listening to.
Yeah.
Someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Hold on, there it is.
So I'm not saying like obviously if they're a minor and they are not consenting to this.
Don't fuck your kid when they're a kid. Nobody's saying that.
Yeah, but if you're an adult and your family member is an adult,
Say a brother and sister in their 20s,
sure,
right?
Sure.
As an example.
yeah, like who decides these norms?
Society.
Who's putting these rules on all of us?
If you look
it's
at
these
it-
prudes that moved here from Europe because they didn't like all the European sex that was happening.
If you
They
look
moved
at it
here
from like a purely like on paper like robot brain standpoint, like is anyone getting hurt
no,
from consenting adult incest was basically the question.
God.
Besides God.
Besides-
Hurting God.
You're making baby Jesus
The
cry,
baby Jesus.
obviously. But besides that, like, is there a moral objection to it? Or is it just because we find it weird?
it's because someone found it weird at some point.
Yeah.
But like, if you look over the course of history,
There's a lot of it.
there is a lot of it.
Yeah.
and a lot of it.
And a lot of it not consenting.
But there was a lot of it that was like encouraged.
Sure.
You know, cousins and half siblings making babies. I mean, sure, they all turned out with Cro-Magnon heads,
The British royal family.
Yeah, exactly.
or every
The
royal
Kennedy family.
Yeah, Kennedy's, Habsburgs.
The Habsburgs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's some fucked up
Oh, the
Habsburgs.
fucking
yeah.
Habsburgs.
Like, sure. Yeah, I'm not saying like get your family members prego.
yeah, don't do
And
that.
also,
Yeah.
like, there are strict rules of this. Like, you can't be giving like your daughter and or your mom a facial. Like,
No.
you can't be doing like porno.
You
stuff.
can't get weird with it.
No, you just have to have consensual,
Regular-
like feels good for both parties, but there's no consequences.
Yeah.
Sex. You know, it's a real taboo situation.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's our question to you, the listening audience.
Yes.
Is consenting adult incest okay? And if it's not, why not?
Hit us up, DM us, or just DM Scott. I don't want to hear about it.
DM Drew first, and then me, and then Shane.
I'm not giving out my Twitter.
Shane's not giving out his Twitter.
It's not good anyway. It's just me angrily tweeting after my soccer team fucking loses. Invariably loses.
I like your Twitter description.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm 34 and sometimes my voice still cracks.
Yes. I just change it every time I have a
Every time your birthday.
Anyways, now that the incest talk is over.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
For now.
For now.
Okay, just more talking.
Yeah.
Although I will say that this promo was actually not that bad. That was the Flexi Lexi one.
Oh, I fucking love Lex Luger.
It was actually pretty decent.
Yep.
So he made reference to how by the end of the year it's going to be the end of Goldberg because he's going to beat him because he can't win 150 matches in the next 3 weeks. So I guess they're talking about him being back on the street
Yeah,
again.
so they're still
even though like
referencing-
3 weeks ago they weren't.
They weren't, yeah. So they're still referencing the angle where Vince Russo was making Goldberg do the streak again, and if he does it, he gets a title shot, and if he doesn't, he's fired. Vince Russo has been gone since September,
Yeah.
and they're still on and off referencing this angle as of
But
this
I feel
episode.
like they're more off than on.
They were more off.
He's still doing squash matches.
Yeah.
Like, he's still just coming down and murdering people.
Yeah, we were saying like for the last month, like the best segment on every show has been the Goldberg segment.
But
He's been killing it.
there's no actual reference to, oh, he's 38-0 now, or
Yeah.
he's whatever.
Yeah, it's been a while since they referenced
There's no reference
whatever
to
his
it.
numbers were.
Yeah, he's just killing people.
Which and because of this, it makes his heel turn when he came back like less than 6 months ago all the fucking stupider.
Yeah.
How like because that wasn't even the original plan. Because Vince Russo promised something big for this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It fell through. He's like, gotta do something. Turn Goldberg heel.
It was a Hogan related thing.
It might have been
wasn't
Hogan
it?
related. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember what the exact thing was, but it was a Hogan related
didn't
thing.
work, whatever it
and
was.
they couldn't come to terms on, like, you know,
Yeah.
I want full credit. Like, give me the title, give me the strap, brother.
Yeah.
And they're like, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
So as Lex is holding Goldberg's book, and he wants to read a passage to Sarge, who's in the crowd, Goldberg's trainer.
Sergeant Dwayne Bruce.
Dwayne?
Not Dwayne. Dwayne.
D''Wayne?
Capital D, small E, big W Wayne. Legit.
That's dumb.
No shit.
He's white.
He's Dwayne.
He doesn't play in the NFL and is a black guy.
He does sound like a tight end for the Broncos or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's not a white guy name.
Dwayne Bruce.
We noticed that on the back of Goldberg's book
yeah!
was a picture of Goldberg's by the back of his head, and he was wearing a yarmulke.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's of the Jewish faith.
Yeah.
But what a weird thing to put on the back of your book.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. Like, when I saw it, I'm like, why is the back of his head dark?
Is he wearing a rug? Is Goldberg ashamed of his baldness?
I would love to see Goldberg in a wig. Although I guess
Seeing pictures of him with hair is even weird.
It's weird.
Oh, yeah.
He had hair
Back
when he
in
was in
the
the
day.
NFL.
Yeah.
And he looks weird.
there's a reason he's bald.
No goatee and like
Yeah.
thinning hair,
Thinning,
like
yeah.
Widow's Peak, but like he still has hair.
Yeah.
He's a pious man. Our Bill.
I guess.
Our Billion.
Does he not wrestle on Saturdays?
No. Strictly
Does he
verboten.
observe the Sabbath?
The Bloody Sabbath.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much the whole thing was Luger was trying to tell the audience that Goldberg's not actually a good guy. If he was a good guy, he would have gotten Sarge like a push and like made him a star and bought him
bought him a
Rolexes
Rolex.
and like made him like a part of him, not like just the guy who trained him. And I thought it was actually a pretty good promo. I was
It
a
was a
little
pretty good
disappointed
promo.
that Sarge didn't get beat up, but
Yeah.
he does get a good chair shot later.
He gets blasted later, and also Mark Madden busts out a Hiro Matsuda reference.
No, Scott Hudson.
Oh, Hudson. That makes more sense. I'm like, Madden.
Smart guy.
Yeah, the smart guy. He's like, I don't see Hiro Matsuda with a Rolex. I'm like, wow. Shout
Maybe
out.
It was Mark Madden. I don't know. Whatever.
No,
Either way.
Hudson makes way more
Hudson
sense.
makes more
I'm pretty
sense.
sure it was. Yeah.
Well, this is where I say that Luger is very swollen, and he looks very reminiscent of the Smashing Machine, Mark Kerr. If you don't know,
He was- yeah, very-
fucking Google it.
Very Kerr-esque.
And like Kerr at his lowest when he's like shooting heroin and like fighting in Japan.
Yeah.
DDTing him. Remember when he DDT'd
knocking himself out.
I do remember when he DDT'd
against
himself.
Yoshihisa Yamamoto?
Yeah, that was his big return,
That
right?
was,
like
was
they
it
were
Pride 32 or something like that.
One
No,
of them.
not 32. Whatever.
Earlier, I think.
Earlier, but
20 something, 23, 24.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That was his
Yeah.
push back to be like the world champion. Like he was coming back as the hero of America.
Yeah.
And then KO'd himself.
DDT.
Remember when he was sacrificed at the altar of King Mo on like Access HD Net Fights or whatever?
HD net fights.
HD net fights. Those still exist. Those can't still exist.
No.
You and
no,
King Mo still talk?
No. That died many years ago.
You were bros for a while, though.
Oh, whatever. It's the internet, man.
It's the internet.
We're all fucking bros in the internet. Until we're not.
I feel like we know a lot of people that have had interesting relationships with famous people.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't Luke vaguely friends with Funaki for a while?
Yeah, and Kenny Omega
Oh.
through Street Fighter. And,
And
the
because they
affirm-
wanted to lay down together?
Sure, the aforementioned Chewie with Josh Barnett and Scott Norton.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I would like to point out how fucking dumb people we know are. That no one knows that Kenny Omega is gay and then is completely blown away when they find out he is.
Yeah,
it was two one that we knew and one we didn't know. Somebody on Twitter made reference to something like how... Because, like, I'd said, oh, great, like, furry Twitter has now found me, like, I guess this is my life now. and then somebody had made reference to Yahweh.
Yeah, Yahweh, and, like, shipping to wrestlers.
Yeah, and then they were like, yeah, you know, it's like how everybody makes, like, the Golden Lovers a thing just because, like, they want to, like, make fan fiction,
like,
blah, blah.
You know they actually fuck, right? Like,
and, like, completely blew their minds.
Yeah,
like, these vaguely conservative wrestling fans that are just like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm like, great news. Your fanfic came true 12 years ago.
Yeah. Like, but I love blowing people's minds like that. Like, when we told Cody...
Yeah, Cody of 321, who somehow had no idea. He's, like, fairly knowledgeable on wrestling, but...
How if you're online at all, how do you not know?
I don't understand.
I don't know.
He's not extremely online.
Oh, okay. But you don't even have to try.
You don't. I don't know.
It's given to you on a plate.
I was shocked that he was shocked.
Yeah.
But it was really funny because
super funny.
You could tell that his like Washington like not like liberal but not super liberal brain exploded a little bit.
He wasn't ready for it.
You centrist pieces of shit. Fuck you, classical liberal. Die.
Anyway, go ahead.
You're a neo-lib?
Oh. I'd rather be a neo-Nazi than a neo-Nazi. At least one has principles. As repugnant as they are. The other one's a spineless jellyfish. You're the Jim Norton of politics. You're a jellyfish.
Well, that's just physically.
Spineless jellyfish. Yeah.
Go off, Queen.
Excuse me? It's king to you.
Sorry. Go off, King Mo.
Oh, yeah. That guy. He just got beat up again recently.
I think he did.
Lost a fight last week. He's been knocked out a lot.
Yeah. He was, like, up there for a while,
He had a
right?
trajectory, and then he just kind of fizzled out.
And then he did TNA.
Yes.
Yeah. I was watching the Ken Shamrock produced bare knuckle fighting.
Sick.
And Sokoju was one of them.
Awesome.
I mean, he got knocked out in like a minute, but it was just seeing him, and he's like a bloated, just like
corpse,
HGH belly, but just jacked.
What was the wild upset Sokoju got? Was that Little Nog?
Little Nog.
At
the very last Pride show.
Yeah. Because that was
the last Pride America show. The last Pride show was the next show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat up Arona in that show. He knocked out Little Nog, and then he fought Arona and beat up Arona, and then that was sort of like the...
And then went to UFC
then he
and
went to
lost
UFC,
like nobodies.
He got fucked up by Lyoto.
Right.
And then,
And then what was the other big one on that Pride you were at? That was Diaz
Gomi.
Diaz
Gomi. Like an all-timer.
Diaz won and then tested positive for wheat?
Yeah, he go-go plotted Gomi, and then the main event was Hendo knocking out Vanderlei.
Right.
Yeah.
Good fucking show.
Unfucking believable show.
Like, what a great show.
Unfucking believable show.
Good one to go to.
Well, yeah.
Well played.
The only one.
Yeah. I mean, it was no...
K1
it was no
Premium Dynamite.
It was no Strike Force at the Dome.
We went to that.
Was that Strike Force?
Yeah. Lionel Beerbomb, Fancy Pants.
Jan Norjay and Bob
making
Sapp.
Bob Sapp cry.
Fucking hell.
Bob Sapp was supposed to be on that Bellator Risen show, but he dropped out like last second because he like didn't want to fight.
Yeah,
like it was like
he doesn't fight
I'm
anything.
not really.
He just gets punched once and then he falls down.
He's a
collects
jobber.
paycheck.
He's a jobber to the stars.
But I think he was probably getting paid pretty good.
Sure was.
Fuck yeah, he was.
I guess he just decided. I don't know if the paycheck's worth getting
not
punched in the
enough
face
to
a bunch of
not
times.
enough to get hit today, apparently.
You know? But he could just do the rampage, get punched really hard once, fall to the ground, and just go, nope. I'm over. It's done.
Is doing the rampage like doing the Bartman?
Do the Bartman.
Do the rampage.
You gotta get a bigger belly for that. Dude was 265 and a half
maximum.
That was weight though. Like that was cut. That was like making weight.
He cut to
but he was probably like 280.
This is the guy
285.
This is the guy who held titles at 205.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, that was eons ago.
A little while ago.
That was a long
Granted,
time
a little while ago.
But, he looked terrible.
That said, I hope I don't gain 60 pounds or 80 pounds in, 10 years.
I mean,
I will.
You're also not 205.
I'm 205 live.
Are you?
I'm 215.
Sure.
I'm sure that guy
In
has...
your pants.
Yeah. Weird diss.
Well, it was a liar reference to in your shirt.
Weird flex, but okay.
Okay.
All right. So after the pretty good Luger promo, we got to see Scott Steiner commit a hate crime against Norman Smiley.
That was fucked up.
He hit him in the head so hard with that fake pipe.
I don't care if that's a fake pipe. He hit him fucking hard.
Hit him really hard.
Norman's great.
Norman's amazing.
Norman is great. We've barely seen him for a while.
He had a really cool black leather jacket on and like boots.
He was looking pretty cool.
It was pretty suave.
Yeah.
Debonair man.
A lot of cool looking black guys on this show.
Yeah.
Am I smooth?
Am I smooth? Ernest
cat.
Miller, Norman.
Yeah.
Like, everyone.
All the black guys.
That's in the thousands.
Was that all the black guys on the show? Yep.
Yes.
Every black guy on the show looked good.
Elix Skipper.
Skipper, and then
Was
one of the security guards later on that broke. One of the power plant security guys that
Was
broke
huge.
Up. It was a giant. I thought it was like Bob Sapp.
Or
Just for a
Swole.
second.
Yeah.
Or like
Swole
Sergeant Swole.
Swole came back from the grave.
Got to collect the check.
Yep.
Secure the bag.
Then we got a Shane Douglas promo where he made threats while also wringing his hands.
A lot of ringing.
Then we got another fucking MIA promo where the Wall and
Artfully shot.
General Erection saw in the foreground, and then in the background you saw Corporal Cajun and Chavo walk into frame right between them and start having a conversation.
I thought I was watching Mikhail Haneke's Cachet.
Or a more current movie.
Or a more current reference.
Where Rection and the Wall
Hey, Chachi, this guy makes Chamberlain look like Cromwell.
Hey, I thought I was watching Stalker. It's like the only fucking Tchaikovsky movie.
So there's obviously some mistrust in the MIA.
Yes.
Yeah. They told...
Sowing the seeds of dissension.
Yes.
Oh,
They
Yeah,
told...
the Mexicans breaking up the team.
Yeah, they told Lash they didn't like him hanging around with that Guerrero boy anymore.
Yeah. Then we get 3 count. They come out and cut a bad promo. How are they still called 3 count? There's only 2 of them.
There's 2 of them.
They wrestled the tag team champions of the Insiders.
And it was sick!
And it was fucking good. Kevin Nash.
It was the best thing in the whole show.
Kevin Nash tried to murder
Kevin Nash
Shannon Moore.
had the best match of the show.
And also didn't take bump. And I was shocked he got down to make a pin.
And also, how did you describe him the second he came on screen?
I don't remember.
I believe,
Lazy
I believe you said a bronze god.
He was a bronze god.
Nash was
He's
looking
the most tanned
He
man.
was looking good.
Like, I guess it's easy when you don't actually have to wrestle most of the time, and you can
I guess
just
you can
lay in a
focus
tanning
on
bed.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tried to give Shannon Moore a big old beal, and he was going for height,
Yeah.
and Shannon was trying to do a flip.
Yeah, but not much.
And
Yeah.
it was scary.
It was a lot more focused on height than safety.
He
And Shannon almost died.
he also gave Shannon a bomb ass jackknife.
Yeah.
And then DDP hit a
Top.
Shane Helms crotched on the top rope diamond cutter.
Well, before that, there was that awesome move that DDP did.
Yeah.
I think on Shannon.
Yes.
So it was like a gut wrench, like it could have been like a spinning doctor bomb.
Yeah.
Right? So like gut wrench and then up over the shoulder, spins around, and then brings him down, stops him when he's vertically, like he could have done a pile driver, but then does his like trip to the diamond mine face buster.
Face buster.
Looks fucking sick.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. Also, DDP was also looking quite bronzy.
Yes.
I guess the two of them just been hanging
They
out
were
tanning.
hanging on tanning. Yeah.
Um,
and then Paige Nash does jackknife, and then Paige does that cool like guy hanging on
Guy
the top
Tosh,
rope
yeah.
diamond cutter.
So they win, and then out comes Mike Sanders to promptly call them both faggots.
Oh, that was sweet. So because like Nash and Paige did a promo last week saying they were together years ago as the Vegas Connection, and boy, we were young and we sucked and whatever. It's like, you guys said back when you were the Vegas Connection, you sucked. You should have also said that you were bad at wrestling. And I was like, oh shit. Fucking sniped him.
So yeah, I mean that was just like the coming out to cut a promo about how at the pay-per-view, like, the wrong guy
Like the
pinned the
ref
wrong
missed the
guy
tag,
and missed the
pinned the wrong guy.
It's
tag.
the most
and
convoluted shit.
It was so
dumb,
terrible.
especially after Kevin Nash just pinned both
Two
guys,
guys.
one of whom obviously wasn't legal.
Yeah.
But who cares?
But, like, it was obviously 100% one of those things where they didn't even pay attention to it in the match, because why would you? And then somebody in the production truck, like, the next day or during the week was like, oh, so-and-so was legal. Interesting. And they're like, whoa, sorry, what? Okay, what's wrong with it? Let's
make it an angle.
So they just are doing a rematch at the pay-per-view.
Well, and they made them give the tag titles back.
Yes, because,
But then Ric Flair said, "Hey, I'll get you back in the back end, boys."
Yeah, and we're like,
give me
okay.
those belts back. All right, well, that means.
Then, I mean, we had a completely pointless, other than it was funny, Mike Awesome is arriving at the building, walks past
shade
an
mark for
ambulance,
this.
walks past an ambulance, the doors swing open and knock him down. Bam Bam gets out and throws him into a car, and then, like, that's it. That's the end of it.
Yeah, it's very quick.
He did like a Kramer pratfall, and then like,
Yeah, well, it was like a real 1-2 punch that got you popped, because like the door and the pratfall was great, and that was good enough.
Yeah,
but
I was
then
happy with that.
And then out pops Bam Bam, and you love Bam
Yeah, I
Bam.
love
So you're
Bam
like,
Bam.
oh shit, Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
Yeah,
when he's not saving people from burning buildings,
a
he's
fucking American hero.
He is an American hero from Asbury Park, New Jersey.
I would have let those kids die, but that's just me.
That's because you're not an American hero.
It's very true.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
So then we get Reno comes out, which we assumed was for a match, but it wasn't for a match, because he came out, Chronic came out.
Yeah, we're not positive.
Well, there was no
My-
pinfalls, and I believe the ref rang the bell.
My theory is that Reno came out for a match with someone who will never
Who
know.
will never know.
And Chronic,
unless that's the person that paid Chronic.
Sure. Yeah, and Chronic came out and beat him up. But the way they beat him up was sort of like a wrestling match.
Yes.
Like they like double whipped him off the rope and did like moves to him.
Yeah. He took a cuts like a knife.
Yep.
Pretty
good. Full Nelson Slam. Which I was happy I remembered the name of.
Took 2 high times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both good.
Vito came out.
A move that Shane and I have done together before.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Vito came out.
Also Tegan.
They literally just got out of the ring and left. And then Vito's sister ran down in the most comical girl who's never run before.
Who's never run.
But has giant knockers.
And tits a flopping.
Real Marissa Tomei.
A real Marissa
Yeah.
Tomei. That actually, I bet that was the vibe they were going for.
For sure.
Yeah,
Like,
She really
my-
looked
my
like-
some
cousin Mitch.
central
Yeah.
casting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need a Tomei type.
Yeah. And like that was kind of it. Then Vito just sort of like said something to her. He left, and then that was the end of
Yeah,
it.
that was it.
Like nothing really came of it.
They're like, we're going to be a family soon, so.
Yeah, we're all going to be 3-way married.
Yep.
So then we get an appearance for Am I Smooth? Looking.
Am I smooth?
Am I smooth? Yeah. Are you smooth?
Am I smooth?
Are you smooth?
Who's on first?
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base.
That's a joke. Third base. Looking dapper.
Yeah, he tried to like outdo the cat.
Yeah.
Because he had like a 7 button.
And even more Steve Harvey.
Even deeper in Steve Harvey's closet.
Yes.
Like Deion Sanders out of his
Yeah, this is a prime time.
It was a primetime jacket. Yeah. So he comes out and is against Goldberg, so he's just the next person in the Goldberg squash.
Yeah. He didn't look good.
Didn't look good, but he did jump into the spear,
Which looked cool.
which got some major air and was pretty sick.
Yeah, it regained him some goodwill from us because everything up to that he was looking like a guy who has wrestled twice this year.
Yeah. He was literally a limo driver for 6 months. Goldberg got him up for the jackhammer, no problem.
All good.
And it was fine.
Once again, Goldberg segment, one of the best things on the show.
Yes. Then out comes Jarrett, and we get Jarrett versus Conan.
Conquering hero Jeff Jarrett.
Conquering, again, exact same thing.
The evil masses of the filthy animals.
Cuts an absolutely heel promo.
Yeah.
He is the heel.
He's the heel.
And then he wrestles as a babyface.
Correct.
Because he has to overcome
Because he has to
three
overcome
Mexicans.
the odds of these 3 dirty foreigners.
Yeah.
One of whom is Billy Kidman.
And Tigress.
And Tiger, sorry, 4 dirty foreigners.
I don't even...
I was trying to remember Billy Kidman's real name, and I was like, what was that? Pete Buttigieg? What's his name?
Mayor Pete.
Pete Kidman, come on.
Shane's a big Mayor Pete fan. Shane's voting for Mayor Pete.
I'm here for McKinsey working for weird job that he can't talk about. It has an NDA. Definitely did work in Afghanistan. Worked for Loblaws when they were fixing the price of bread.
Ooh, nice.
Hilarious.
Awesome.
Yeah, pinned him to that one.
I love that bread. I think I got $100 out of that bread
did you?
price fixing. Yeah.
You got a lot of gift
I got
cards in your family?
I got four $25 gift cards out of it. Yeah.
To you personally?
Shut up. No more questions. You know what? I didn't. Actually, for the sake of this podcast, I got nothing out of it, and there's nothing else to say.
You've
But,
never even been to a Loblaws before.
yeah, I don't even know what Loblaws is. I've never even eaten bread.
I've never even met Pete Loblaw before, so, you know.
Pete Loblaw.
Pete Loblaw.
Mayor Pete Loblaw. Bob Loblaw.
Blah, blah, blah.
Bob Loblaw's Loblaw.
Oh.
I read it regularly.
Gotcha.
I was going to say, I don't remember who won this, but then I do remember because the Harris brothers ran down, gave Conan
God, the worst.
H-bomb.
H-bomb.
Then he sort of always looks like that, right?
Yeah, Sharon was
It
like,
depends who it is.
that didn't look that good. I'm like, you're right, it didn't look that good, but it did look like it usually does.
Yeah. But did you have like no memory? Did you reference like Conan and his fucking working boots on?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
they did, okay.
but not in the. We haven't talked about the specifically
okay,
the match.
yeah.
Yeah, because Conan was like doing stuff in this match
Yeah.
and like moving and not getting horribly blown up, which was odd.
Which is very rare for him because the last few times we've seen him,
He just dies.
He's been real
Yeah.
lackluster.
He was like in a get my shit in mood, and
Yeah.
it all looked pretty good.
It looked
too.
good.
I mean, he also probably hadn't wrestled in a while, so
Yeah.
maybe he was getting that itch of like,
Yeah.
I should just do this.
He did like one little interesting chain wrestling spot, and then they were
Yeah.
doing rope running, and he wasn't falling
You
down.
forgot about the soul butt spin into an X
Ah, yeah,
Factor.
there's that soul bun, then like quick breakdance spin, then X Factor.
Yeah.
All good stuff. Thumbs up.
And then, they're having a 6-man tag on the pay-per-view.
Jarrett
in
and
a Filthy Animals street fight.
Jarrett and the Harrises against the Filthy Animals.
Yeah.
Well,
Good combo.
I'm rooting for the good guys.
The neo-Nazis.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, the legit white supremacists.
Neo-Nazis versus neo-libs. You decide. We've established what side Shane's on.
No. I'm talking about an ethos here. I'm not supporting it.
So now it's time for the main event, which is Big Scotty Steiner
fuck yeah.
versus General Erection for the World Heavyweight title.
World champion versus U.S. champion. The biggest match
In history?
in WCW history.
In wrestling history?
In wrestling history.
Not since the JWA and the IWE merge. No, I don't know.
Man, going.
That just made that up.
Going early 70s.
Has been a match so... This is like...
We're talking Ricky Dozan.
This is
We're
Ricky
talking
Dozan.
the other guy.
This is those two big white guy tag teams.
The big white guy tag teams.
What was their name? I don't know. They were in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame.
Muscle Symphony.
The Something Brothers.
We're talking...
The Dirty Davis Brothers.
We're talking the Bashams. We're talking
the
the
Flying
Shane
Elvis.
Twins.
We're talking Flying Elvises. We're
The
talking
Shane Twins.
the
Dups.
The Johnsons. We're talking Kenzo Suzuki and Rene Dupree.
The greatest. We're talking about 420, right? Was it
Team
Team
420.
420,
Rob
yeah.
Which I
Van
didn't
Dam
know
Mysterio.
was a thing.
I know.
That's a big black hole in my wrestling knowledge.
Keep it that way.
Yeah.
Who the Sharp Brothers probably?
Yes, that
yeah.
was at the Sharp Brothers. This is the
Ian
Sharp.
and Axel Sharp.
Yes, Ian and Axel Sharp.
Did they do a
You-
Taipei glass?
You idiot! What a great joke. I enjoyed that. Ian and Axel Sharp in JWA in 1969.
They were Terry Funk's Few Good Men. I need a few good men. I have Ian and Axel Sharp here.
Tremendous.
You're welcome. This match was surprisingly not that bad.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Steiner chucked him around pretty good.
Yep.
He
They
didn't.
definitely blew a spot, which I think was Medeja's
Medeja's
fault.
Yeah.
Which has been a running trend.
Gee, I wonder, a dumb woman.
Because didn't
blew a
Medeja
spot?
fuck up Steiner versus Stevie Ray the last one we did?
Oh, she missed.
No, not the Stevie Ray one, but it was one.
Oh no, it was just a dumb thing involving her was the finish. She just literally pushed Stevie Ray off the top rope in front of the ref.
Yes.
Last Nitro,
There-
which we did, I don't know, 6 weeks ago.
There was like a weird spot where Morris went up for the no laughing matter.
Yeah.
And Medeja distracted the ref. He then hit the moonsault.
Yes.
And she got down off the apron.
Yeah.
The ref made the 2 count, and Steiner kicked
Steiner
out.
just kicked out his finisher, which I don't think was the plan.
And then
Morris goes up
for a Vader
halfway, does a Vader bomb,
and gets the knees up.
which is probably what was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, still blaming Medeja on that, because she's a dumb bitch. And,
Yeah.
So then, the finish was just like straight up T-bone suplex, club to the back of the head, Steiner recliner.
We all enjoyed, like, literally the setup move to the finish was a club.
Just bopped him in the back really hard.
A full-on bop.
And put him in the recliner.
Yeah.
Which when we said, like, they do it for all the bad things WCW's done this year.
Yeah.
They're real good at protecting submission
They
finishes.
protect, like, heel submissions is shockingly good.
Between him and Lance.
Yeah.
And even since Luger's been back, they've been doing really well with the rack.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they do that well. It's a shame they don't do anything else well.
Hey, you can't win them all.
I guess Goldberg squashing people is good. So then, because Sid wasn't there, it was time for Steiner to murder.
Time for Ultra Mega Mass Homicide.
So
everybody dies.
he went to the back.
Yeah.
He grabbed the first person he could, which was Arn
Anderson.
and beat the crap out of Arn.
Arn was taking bumps.
Arn was taking bumps, and Arn took the best thing ever.
Rolling down the ramp.
He's
Endlessly rolling down the ramp.
He took a punch, I think.
Yeah.
And then just
punch.
took a bump on the ramp and just rolled all the way down to the ring.
We're like, that needs to be a gif.
Yeah.
Somebody gif that up.
He's a goddamn professional.
He is. And then he's taking, like, legit bumps in the ring.
And so Steiner gave him a couple bumps in the ring, and then put him in a very dainty Steiner
very
recliner.
careful recliner.
Not a lot of holding the neck.
Just the ever so slight reminder that Scott Steiner is a human being.
Yeah. That he's not a total monster.
Which you do forget.
He's not a total monster unless you're a woman.
Yeah.
So then in the back, they show Flair trying to come out.
Yeah.
And Fit is telling him he can't because he's the CEO.
Yeah.
So then Goldberg runs past him to come down and make the save. So Goldberg runs out to the ring.
Oh.
As he gets to the
Shane,
bottom
what
of
happens?
the ramp.
Luger hits the first ever pounce
Yes.
in wrestling history.
It was perfect timing.
The timing was beautiful. Luger comes out of nowhere off screen, full pounce.
Yeah, I screamed. I was like, oh!
Like it was shocking.
Luger goes to give him the beatdown, gets a chair, then Sarge jumps the guardrail, runs over to make the save, eats a mean, unprotected chair shot to the head.
Yeah.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Now, Sarge in front of his 2 sons that look exactly like him. It's
Very large sons.
Yeah, like him and his sons are all 5'7" tall, 5'7" wide.
Yes. They are total chodes of people.
Yeah, they're a bunch of
Human chodes.
a bunch of cubes.
Now, they did a horrible job on the production truck on this one.
Yeah, Tony's
Oh my God.
like, we got a camera on
We got a camera on the ring, so
Fucking Sid's back.
So Steiner had this. In theory, Steiner this whole time had Arn in the Steiner
for an
recliner.
hour.
While Luger and Goldberg are in the corner on the guardrail.
Yeah.
And security comes to pull Luger off of him. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to everyone watching, except for the live crowd, Sid is back and has gotten into the ring. Steiner let go of Arn, but we don't see any of that because the camera is watching Luger.
Just in the corner on the outside.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Eventually it cuts back to the ring,
like,
but
oh,
security
hey,
is
Sid.
already holding them apart.
Yeah.
Are these the same people that shoot AEW now, too? Is that the same
I think
thing?
some.
Some of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so we completely miss, the most important thing.
Yeah.
But, it was... you did eventually get to see them in the ring. Sid was standing on the bottom rope, sort of, doing some bouncing.
Yeah.
Trying to, bounce over and, get the
being held back by 8 people.
And like we said, the whole night they referenced how they were 13 days away from Starrcade, and this was
This couldn't have felt more like the go home.
the perfect go home.
Yeah.
This is it.
But they still had
They're
13 days.
Yeah, they're not going to touch until buy the pay-per-view.
And somehow they're going to ruin it.
I guarantee you they peak too soon and next week will be worse.
There's going to be physical contact.
Yeah, they're going to ruin it. They'll have a singles match next week.
You know
or
what?
something.
They probably thought this was the go home and they're like, 13 days.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It's like the Super Bowl. It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks. Not one. You need that Pro Bowl in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Pro
The
Bowl.
most important game of the year.
But yes, so that was the end of this.
Yeah, and it just ended.
They were just held apart, and then they went off air.
And
See you next week.
And they talked. Oh, and Flair and someone helped Arn to the back.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get an Arn versus Scott Steiner match.
I
Next
don't
week.
think we will, Drew.
What?
But it
A
was
boy can dream.
It was a digestible show.
It wasn't bad, other than a lot of.
If they had cut out a
chit-chatting.
couple long promos, it would have been like decent.
Like I feel like Luger's promo could have been much shorter. Like
Yeah.
it was good, but it was like
But it was
it
pretty
went
long.
on for
Yeah.
a long time.
Douglas came down and jumped Hugh Morris at the end.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they literally like had like
There's a
all
lot
the top
going on.
matches going on. Like it was such a go home angle,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Everything about it.
Yeah,
Luger Goldberg, Sid Steiner,
yeah,
Douglas and what's his face?
Morris.
Huge Morris.
yeah. I love they cannot decide what to call him. Like literally half the people.
And he
call
also
him,
wears his Hugh Morris
he's wearing
gear.
the Hugh Morris gear. He's still with the MIA.
The
yeah.
fucking question marks all over.
Yeah, half the people call him Huge Erection, and half the people call him Hugh Morris. So I don't know what to make of it. We'll see. You be the judge.
They don't even know.
No.
Nobody fucking knows.
No,
Well-
guys, in case you didn't know, it's late 2000 WCW.
We literally
so
only have
nobody knows.
two more weeks to get
to go.
answers
We got
to everything we've
we
ever
got
needed.
December 11th, we got December 18th, and then no Christmas, no New Year's Day, and that is it for 2000.
Goodbye, WCW. Hello, Impact.
Jesus Christ.
Or every pay-per-view from 2004. I'll let you decide.
Dude, I'd
That
go
is
with Impact.
such a Sophie's choice.
Because at least Impact is short.
I would probably go with Impact, because watching one pay-per-view sounds bad.
It sounds interminable.
I mean,
Right?
there'll also be some good, like, AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn,
Yeah, at least
you
there's
know,
shit in there,
Chris
yeah.
Daniels, Red stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they'll do some stuff. I mean, you're also going to have to watch, like, Malice and the
Fucking
Disciples
Malice.
of the New Church.
Who's in the Disciples of the New Church?
So,
it-
Malice, which was The Wall.
Yeah.
Slash,
who
which
which
was
was Jamie Dundee?
No,
No,
other guy.
Wolfie D.
Wolfie D.
Wolfie D, and then Brian Lee.
Brian Lee!
Brian Lee.
I honestly don't think I knew that.
And then at some point they had... No.
Is the Sinister Minister around?
Yeah,
Yes,
he involved with
he
that?
was the leader of it.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
And then,
And then he went with the
they were
Miz.
feuding with Raven, and Raven's team was Raven, Julio De Niro, and Punk.
What are you even talking
And
about?
then Punk turned on Raven and joined the New Church. And then, like, a week later, they're like, "Oh, we're not doing this anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are gone. See
And
ya."
then, yeah, and then,
And then Malice went
and then
to
Punk
Japan
and
and
Raven
died.
just feuded in Ring of Honor.
And also, they also feuded in TNA.
Okay.
They had a couple matches in TNA. Like they had like a Ravens Rules match.
Of course.
in
No,
TNA.
this is Raven's
Clockwork
Clockwork.
Clockwork
Orange
Orange House of Fun. That's
Yeah.
right.
He had a really bad one with Sandman. I remember watching.
Yes. Yeah. He also had a really bad one with Shane Douglas.
Oh.
And then he had a singles with Shane Douglas, which Shane Douglas threw up all over the ring.
Oh, was that in the middle of his like oxycodone addiction?
I think so.
Yeah.
And
he
where
claimed he had drank too much water during the day.
Uh-huh.
And that was the shaving of the head.
I was gonna say that
where he
was
scalped
hair for
something.
hair, where he first shaved his hair and then his skin.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like also, James Mitchell also did some scalping.
Right.
Like it was both of them.
Yeah,
Fuck.
good times.
Yeah.
So yeah, things to look forward to. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
You also got to learn about what Brian Lee did after he was fake Undertaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
a lot of white supremacy.
Is that what he does?
I think he was like
He-
a pretty fringe
he looks-
fringe man.
I don't know about him,
On
but
the fringes
he
of
looks like
society.
it. So I'll buy it.
Well, he's
I'll
friends
believe
with
it.
Undertaker, so
He is friends with Undertaker.
and we
Yeah.
all know.
I just
Are
want
you,
to.
are you looking it up?
I just want to make sure I didn't forget any members.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I forgot a bunch of members.
Oh, really?
Apparently, they had several other people. They had Vampiro was in it for a while.
Okay.
Fucking.
They had
vampire.
Crowbar, but his name was Tempest.
I vaguely remember that.
They had-
because a tempest is a storm,
Oh, God, you're
and he's dead.
They had Sin Bodhi as Sin.
Oh, really?
They had Flash Flanagan as Cobain.
What?
I got no.
And they had Mike Awesome.
Huh.
Flash Flanagan?
Flash
Like,
Flanagan.
I know of Flash Flanagan. I, A, do not remember him in TNA. B, do not remember him in TNA as Cobain.
They also held
That's
the...
so gay. That's... Cobain. Fuck you.
They also had the NWA World Tag Team Championships once, Brian Lee and Slash.
Brian Lee had a title in TNA.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Early on. Wolfie fucking D.
Well, fuck me.
It's too bad they couldn't do a PG-13 rating.
I would love a PG-13.
I love PG-13.
We've been doing
We
some
will.
old ECW pay-per-views, and there was a PG-13 Dudley's title match, which was, I don't know, fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowd really did not like PG-13. though.
Yeah, they were fucking. They were like they got a lot of heat.
Yeah. A couple of good Memphis boys.
Yeah.
But
I think that's about it, eh?
So
Alright,
we
well,
got
that ends our 2019.
That ends
never
our
do another
2019. And I guess we got a bunch of there's probably going to be a bunch of shit that comes out even before the next Nitro, because we're doing 2019 year end, and then
Why did we agree to do these?
then we're doing 10 years of movies.
Even though it was my idea, but
all of which was Drew's ideas.
yeah, year-end awards will be probably... Well, what'll be up first?
Year end.
Okay, so year-end will be up first.
Yeah.
And
then we're going to do...
it's 10
We're gonna
or 11... Maybe 11
Yeah.
podcasts on movies of the decade.
Yeah. So...
Unless we have to make the 11th one into 12.
Right. So we'll see you for the next Nitro. I'm going to say conservatively March, April 2020.
I think post WrestleMania.
Post WrestleMania, of course.
And then stay tuned for our WrestleMania review, which we scrambled to do, or a preview, which we scrambled to do the day of WrestleMania.
I love doing this.
And then we do the recap of the review
In August. Always prompt.
I do love scrambling to get it done before it happens.
Yeah.
Like, okay, WrestleMania's in 3 hours.
Because who doesn't love to listen to a preview show of a
After
thing that's
the
already happened?
Yeah.
Here's what we think is going to happen. I know what happened.
I already saw it.
I seen it. You like that guy? You like the I seen it guy?
You're living in a minority world now. You have to say it correctly.
Oh,
I'm sorry, it was the best movie I ever seen. It's from the South Park one with P.
What movie? Us?
Us?
I don't know.
Like you and me?
No, the movie Us. Or is it pronounced U.S.?
U.S.
Okay. Jordan Peele's U.S.
U.S.
Yeah, I think that's all I got. I'm happy. Are you happy?
I'm never happy.
Shane, are you happy?
I'm undecided.
Shane's on the fence.
I'm an undecided voter.
That's fair. Is Mayor Pete gonna bring you over or what? What's
He
it
could
gonna
still
take?
win me over.
Who are you with so far? Are you on board with the?
Dude, I'm a fucking Bernie bro through and through.
Of course.
I'm out of here harassing Elizabeth Warren supporters on Twitter. There's no Joe Biden people on Twitter.
Bernie's gonna get fucked again. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's going to be Warren or Biden. And
Probably.
then Trump wins in the general.
Trump gets impeached
We're not
and
ready
reelected.
for a woman!
You seem like you're
Especially
really
when there
not.
was a Republican until she was like 47.
Oh no!
Yeah.
A plane. The whole plane is women.
The pilot's a woman.
The whole plane is women. That's fucking great. I love that. What if they made the whole plane out of the woman?
Done.